And good afternoon. Hope you enjoyed my little rendition. So I'll have to do another one at some point. I found a way to improve the chord sequence slightly. I did actually get it slightly wrong, I've discovered, in that piece of recording. So I'm going to redo it at some point and make it better. But anyway, welcome one all to my final, and actually, yes, the absolute final stream of 2020. So this is my last outing on Twitch until the new year. So and we end up as we should, with a retro stream, okay, as befits where we are. So there we go. Always get the feeling UK homes are all quite cosy, at least on outside the big city. Yes, well, I'm looks like the Midlands. No, I'm not in the Midlands. I'm in the southeast. So I actually live in Kent. Not too far from the coast, actually. So in a little village called Kingsnorth. So that narrows it down a little bit for you. So you can look that up on your map at your convenience. Find roughly where I live. Come round and stalk me. But yeah, so anyway, here we are. This is my final stream of the year, and thank you all for joining me on this actually quite sunny Saturday afternoon, shortly before Christmas, of course. So yeah, Commander Shorty, Kent, Lorry, Barker, Britain. Sadly, yes, it is getting like that at the moment. So this is the final stream. So yes, I've had 3 final streams, I know, but each, because I've got 3 sort of subjects, if that makes sense. So that's how I've done it in my head, Sophia. So I have the final Monday stream was on Monday. That's how dates work, you see, Monday. Yeah. The final Thursday stream was, you guessed it, on Thursday. And this, obviously being the final Saturday stream, I think you can probably work this out for yourselves, is the final Saturday stream, okay, of this year. So that's how it works. So each one has a sort of its own subject. So obviously Monday is my sort of sci-fi podcasty chat about things. Elite Dangerous, obviously, on Thursdays, where I will usually rant about a particular topic, and obviously play the game. And Saturdays is my sort of retro stream, of course. Now we are currently playing Frontier Elite 2, which surprisingly enough is the second game. It's amazing how all this stuff works, isn't it? It's very impressive. You can tell all the research and dedication that I put into this. Frontier Elite 2 is definitely the second game, and Thursday is definitely Thursday, and Saturday, as today is Saturday is definitely Saturday. I can confirm that. So there we go. So yeah, so this really is the last stream. So now you're basically tuning in to make sure that I do go off air. Yes, this is definitely the last stream of the year. Absolutely the final last stream. It's the last final stream. Okay, so there we go. So I know a few people are not too far away. Essex and Surrey and Sussex and Brighton. Somebody's mentioned nickname, so that's kind of good. And Atlan has 421's put a lovely crazy looking monster in the chat. How do you do that? That's really cool. No, this is not the last stream before the last stream. This is the last stream. So the last stream before the last stream was the last stream, I think. I think that's right. Anyway, that's going to get very confusing very quickly. So just finishing off the year, or finishing off me anyway. So there we go. Commander Shorty says he's in Wales. Excellent. Well, Wales is a lovely place. I've been to Wales and Scotland, and I rather like both of them. They're very different from where I live, which is nice. DJ Ambrosia is in the village of Stock in Essex, so just across the Thames estuary from me. So welcome to you as well. That's awesome. And the hat, yes. Well, of course, the hat. It is Christmas time, so I need to do that. I've been wearing this all week, since Monday anyway. So the last few streams have been kind of vaguely Christmas focused. Actually, I mean, Thursday's stream was Christmas focused, so that was quite good. I don't think there's a great deal I can do in Frontier Elite 2 to make it Christmassy. We'll see. Maybe we can get some Christmassy festive cargo from somewhere. We'll have to wait and see. But never mind. Anyway, we should move on, because basically, where were we? So I'm just trying to remember. I'm just going to switch over now to the game, because that's the point of the stream, really. CB Bit says, last stream of 2020, you're not finding back to Elite, starting to play D, and getting to know you made this absurdity worthwhile. Thank you very much. Well, the idea, I've always subscribed to the idea that if you can make the passage of otherwise not very great times bearable, they're doing a good thing, right? So, I'm if you find my stupid rambles and off-topic procrastination and everything else that goes on my stream, even vaguely amusing, then great. You're very welcome. Yeah. Right, so okay, I've just pressed the wrong button, so that's what usually happens. Thank you, by the way, for all of you who've said a few nice things about the Thursday stream. So I was in touch with, for those of you who don't know, we went to Evelyn's Light, which is a star in Elite Dangerous, which is in the lore of Elite now the Star of Bethlehem, and you can find out about that by a quick Google under Evelyn's story, Elite Dangerous. That will set you right. So if you haven't come across that, then do look it up. And we were able to go out there with the crew of the Astro Tour, which has been running for the last few months as well. So that was really, really good. So thank you very much. A lot of people said that was a good mix of lightheartedness and slightly more poignant stuff, which was nice, because it's a difficult one to do justice to over a long period of streaming. Obviously, for 2 hours, you can't be poignant for 2 hours. That's quite hard work. But you don't want to trivialise it either. So there we go. But anyway, Hill Raxler, yes. Well, I mean, Raxler, yes, another mystery. We'll have to we'll dive into that at some point again. I'm sure. Drew Streams have been an island of much needed insanity in the middle of a very silly year. Yes, it's been a crazy year, hasn't it? Amazing. I mean, it's going back to when did it all kick off? Sort of February, March time, wasn't it? And that's just. It's a long time ago now, but there we go. Drew a clause. Yeah. Santa Drew. Right, so here I am. I think we were doing something very ethically dodgy, actually, when we were smuggling, not quite smuggling, but we were trading in slaves, weren't we? So I'm just trying to remember what we were doing. And actually, I noticed here that look at the time. It's actually the 22nd of January. So we've played this game enough now that an entire year has passed in the game before we set off. It's now January, so we're actually kind of ahead of ourselves, given it's only December. So that's quite cool. We are currently flying a Cobra Mk1, which is a bit of a vintage ship even in this era. This is 100 years before the timeline of Elite Dangerous, and we have a Class 2 hyperdrive. Go us. We have some life support in the cargo bay, so we can carry said slaves without them turning into fertilizer, which isn't me being nasty. That's what the game does, okay? If you don't have cargo bay life support, which you discover that the first time you try it. And we have a scanner, so we can see stuff come. We've even killed a few ships. Well, I've killed a few ships. We have an ECM, which we have yet to test. And we have an automatic pilot. We have a beam laser as well, so we can actually fire back, which was... First time we got jumped by a pirate, that was a slight problem, not having any weapons on board the ship, because all we could do was run away, and that didn't work. So we may still have to do a little bit of that. Now, I think we need a bigger ship, because this Cobra Mk3 is all very well, but if I start loading up with shield generators, which I kind of need to do because we keep getting one-shotted by pirates, it's going to run out of space. So I think it might be time to see if we can head for a Cobra Mk3. Now the problem is we're in Imperial space, which is kind of where I wanted to end up, because I want to get a shot at the Imperial Courier. But the Imperial Courier is well out of our price range at the moment. I think we're still in Empire space from what I recall. So let's just have a quick look. So there we go. So the Imperial Courier there is like 500,000 credits, which is it's a great ship. It's got lots of space and we can do all sorts of cool stuff with it. But the only small problem that we have is we don't have 500,000 credits. So we're nowhere near being able to afford one. What we've got to do is get now. The problem with each ship now, and I think this is a game design thing with Frontier Elite 2. I think it kind of encourages you to keep changing your ship, which sort of makes sense because there's new things to experience, aren't there, with different ships. Sorry, I do have a slightly tight chest today, so apologies if I'm coughing occasionally. I'm fine, just I do have a slightly tight chest. So yeah, I can't afford an Imperial Courier at the moment. Obviously, this is what I want. This is kind of one of my key aims in the game is to get one of these. Now I know it's just a bunch of pixels, but you've got to look at this in 90s vision. Okay, when this game when it first came out back in 1993, that is the coolest ship in the game. Okay, that's the one we want. Now the only problem with being an Imperial space is there aren't many ships available to choose. There's only, I think, really kind of 2 or 3 ships that the Empire provides. Okay, the Imperial Trader is the biggest one at like almost 1 million credits, so that's even more expensive. The Imperial Courier is 500,000 credits, and then there isn't anything else. Okay, there's the Eagle Long Range Fighter and the Eagle Mk3. Now the Eagle Mk3 is kind of the Imperial Eagle, but it's not called the Imperial Eagle. But you can kind of see that it's a bit bigger than the one we started with, and it has these extra nacelles on the side. But that's no use to us because we've already outgrown a ship that small. So the problem we have in Imperial space is there isn't an intermediate ship that we can buy at the moment here that's bigger than the Cobra Mk1. So we need to work our way up. And the problem with this game is if we don't have, and it's the same with any of the Elite games actually, if we don't have enough working capital when we swap ships, then we put ourselves back by several minutes of and several jumps, because you need to have enough capital to be able to fill the whole of the ship with high value stuff. And if you time it wrong, when you swap ship, then you put yourself back a little bit. So we've got to be a bit careful. So I think, well, what we're going to try and do, I think we're just going to work our way up through the available ships. Now that means we're going to have to go back, I think, to Federal space, because we need a better choice of ships because there aren't any down here. But at least we know we can get to the Empire and do those kind of things. So I think it's time to go back to Federal space. Now we've explored the Empire. Yeah, I know it's Feds. We will do some ranking up missions with the Empire, but there's no point us doing those at the moment. We need a better ship. Okay, Cobra Mk1 is not going to cut it. We're in danger of losing rep because even if I take on courier missions, the ship isn't fast enough. It takes too long to get to places, and I've run out of time and all sorts of problems like that. So I think I'm best advised. Now, where are we? We are. Where are we? I keep wanting to use the roller mouse. It doesn't work on a game this old. We are. Are we in Achenar? Is that where we are, or? Looks like, yes, that looks like where we are. So we're actually in Achenar. Yeah, we are. Apart from this slightly irritating. There we go. So you are here. I hope you can read that. So I think we need to head back to Federal space, which of course is up here a little bit. So I'm going to take us back towards Sol, and that basically means in this case just filling the ship up with hydrogen, so that we can do multiple jumps, hopefully without getting kind of attacked on the way. So, back to the stock market. And here we go. Right, let's just fill the entire ship up with hydrogen. Look at that. My cargo hold is full. And there we go. Cyberdarmy's here as well. Cobra Mk3 with shark's teeth paint. Yes, so that would be quite good. So the platypus as well. Does this game have the crate? Asked Commander Short. I believe it does. I don't think I've seen it yet, but I'm pretty sure that it does in fact have the crate. So we'll find that out. Right. So we need to head. Now there's no route plotter in this version of the game, so we have to do this manually, which makes this quite a lot harder. So this is old school stuff. So we're going to go to. That says that's actually out of range. That one's out of range as well. So how did I do this? I think we had to go to. I don't know how you pronounce that. Faceci? So I don't, so actually we have to plan this. We have to do our route planning manually. There's no plotter like in Elite Dangerous. So anyway, right, let's go back to Sol, so we can find a place to get a better ship. We may not have to go quite as far actually. We'll see, but we'll check. At each place that we go to, we will check the boards to see. Let me get the funky music. Facey. Maybe that's it's probably a bastardization of feces. Dear. Right, so that's that. So let's head north to north. You know what I mean? Look at that music. Old Cancy. That's out of range. So Soho is out of range as well. So it does make this quite difficult. Right, 4 tons to get to Sofog. Sofog? Right, so there we go. Now we can hopefully go north a bit. Yep, I can jump there. Now notice the time going past. Okay, so we're playing the game in real time, but the game isn't in real time. The game is in Alton Towers music. Says I can. Yeah, actually, this is Hall of the Mountain King. Who the author of which escapes me. Actually, somebody will know. Yeah, Alton Towers music. It sounds like Alton Towers. That's because I need to sit down. I'll try and do it for the new year. Is I'm going to try. It's very loud. Apologies for that. Okay, let me turn down the game music because it's dreadful. There we go. Let's get rid of that. There we go. It sounds pretty horrendous to me actually. So apologies for that. There we go. Right. So down it goes. It will eventually go away. Somebody said I had to have it switched on to have the authentic game experience, and it just obviously just keeps playing over and over again, slowly driving you insane. It was, yeah, to be fair, it was good in its day. Okay, so actually having a game that played music while you were playing, was definitely a thing, which was quite impressive in the early 90s. And because before that, what you did, when you had the 8-bit computers, a few of them could play music, but they weren't very long because there wasn't space, okay, in the computer to store much in the way of music. So what you would quite often do is you would simply just get your top 40 recorded hits, stick it on your cassette player and play that, or your record player, of course. So the Amiga probably had the best sounds out of all these versions of the game. So this game was available on PC, it was available on the Commodore Amiga, and the Atari ST, but the Amiga definitely had the best sound. Right, so what am I doing? I'm heading back north. So we're getting closer. Can we get to Beta Hydri? No. Where are we trying to get to? It's the fair way actually, as you can see. So that one will do if it's in range. Yeah, we can get to there. I don't know where that is. And this obviously isn't a multiplayer. This is a single player game. So you will have noticed that time is moving on. So every time I do a hyperspace jump, time is being used up. So it's now February. That's something that's in the lore of the original this game. How are we doing for fuel, by the way? Let's just have a look. 10 tons of fuel. So I'm going to be a little bit careful. There we go again. Now it's the 17th of February. So can I get to Ellipse on Indy? There's a terraformed world there. We might be able to just about make it to Sol after that. Let's see how it goes. So with 25 tons of fuel on board, I can do the run from. So there we go. That's Sol. It's out of range. Can you believe it? How far? Can I get to Barnard Star? Because that would be useful. No, can't get to either of them. But I can get to. Interesting enough, there we go. Lakai 9352. Now, for those of you who know me, that's a special system. Let's go there just because I can. Okay, and we need to dock at this point. So this is Lakai 9352. I don't know what this looks like in the universe of Frontier. There we go. So there is a space station there. If in my work, in my universe, the Shadewood Saga, which is a series of books that I've written, all the action happens in this system, but it doesn't look quite like this. So there's a sci-fi reference for you there. Anyway, that's the place we can go to. Which was around the second planet, wasn't it? So let's zoom in there. There it is. Oh, it's not. That's weird. Why is that not? Oh, there it is. I've noticed that's a slight bug every so often that appears. Is that it doesn't always render the things that you need. But anyway, there we go. So let's hope this isn't too bad a system. I don't think it is. Oh no, it is. Right, we're under attack. Hang on. Right. So this. I've got to go do some fighting again. Right, so now this is something you can do in this game, is you can just press the pause button and the entire universe stops for your convenience, which is quite useful. So I'm just going to, and the other thing is this is a little bit exploity. It does allow you to manipulate the controls when you're in pause, which is, I'd argue, a little bit naughty. Right, so anyway, there. Why are my controls not responding? Oh, there we go. I had the wrong controls. Right, okay, so let's I'm just trying to remember what the controls are. There we go. it doesn't look like a huge ship. So we're doing the fighting in the way that's kind of been recommended. Oh, it got me. I should have saved just before. I just realised I didn't. Now this is the problem we've got, is our ship is one-shotted by weapons. Yes, I've just got to do those jumps again now. I've just realised that. That was very silly of me. Anyway, right, now I've learned that. So it's a bit brutal, this game. It was just an adder. An adder killed me. That's slightly embarrassing, isn't it? Right, let's do that again. And I will save it. Perhaps we won't go to Lakai 9352. It's a silly place. Let's go somewhere else. That didn't work out well at all. So let's go somewhere else. Too many blasted pirates around. And I'll say our ship does not have any defences. It is, yeah. 2020 Christmas present there, a butt full of laser fire. Yes, that wasn't very nice, was it? I mean, come on. Right, so where was... Oh, so fuck. So fuck. Oh, dear. Oh, and then we've got Hall of the Mountain King again. Right, so can I get to there? Yes. Exo. Exyoki. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce some of these. Some of these systems have made their way into Elite Dangerous. Not all of them, but some of them have. Can I get to Beta Hydri? Oh, I can. So yes, that was a slightly more efficient route I found there. Right, so let's get ourselves... Now we can't quite get to Ellipse on India, I don't think we can, just on the edge. Good. Okay. And then we've got Barnard Star and Sol. Sol had a range, Barnard Star is also at a range. Right, that is Lakai. Now, I know that. But, how much fuel have I got on board at this point? I've got 6 tons, so I can do another jump when I get there. Okay, so that's good. Let's jump. Can I get to Barnard Star now? No. That's annoying. I can get to Leuten, or I can get to Fomalhaut. Yes, I can get to Fomalhaut. Is there anything there? Fomalhaut is a terraformed agricultural world. Can I get to Sol? No. I can get to there. Let's have a look at Fomalhaut then. What sort of place is it? Government type federal democracy. So that sounds vaguely safe. So let's go there. But I will save the game this time. Because we know what this game is like. Right, there we go. Right, so there's our hyperspace cloud. Right, we're now out of fuel, so we need to go and get some fuel. Where are we going? We're going to the 3rd planet. Called Conversion, which I presume means it's been terraformed. There is Dobson Terminal. Let's go there. And with a bit of luck, we won't get intercepted. Fingers crossed. There we go. Imagine being killed like this in a D with all the time sinks and take 30 minutes of gameplay to get back. I know, it would be awful, wouldn't it? I wonder if in the law the names change just with the change in time events. Yeah, so it's Vanos, you're quite right there. It's below the plane, so there is a 3D aspect to the map which makes it a little bit hard to navigate. It doesn't go 3D very much. It's only a little bit up and down, but it is definitely a bit 3D, which gives you a feeling for it. Right, so we are at Dobson's terminal. Can I go to Fomalhaut to get to Barnard Star? It's out of range, so where am I going to have to go to? I can get to Leuten, which seems to be quite close, but as you can see, if I spin that round, we're actually sort of in the wrong plane. So we're going to, I wonder if Ross, no, I can't get the thing to lock on it there. There we are. I wonder if I can get to Ross. Insufficient fuel. I can get to Ross, and then I think we can get across the other one. So let's buy some fuel. Actually, let's have a look at the shipyard while we're here, just out of interest, because we're now back in federal space. So let's see what's available. So there's a Viper, which is a little bigger, I think. There's a Tiger Trader, which we can't afford. a Kestrel air fighter, which is no use. This is the biggest ship in the game. This is the daddy. Look, 2.6 million credits, which is the most expensive ship in the game. There has been a massive increase in inflation, by the way, between this game and Elite Dangerous. The most expensive ship in the game is 2.6. I think I'm right in saying that's the most expensive ship in the game. 2.6 million credits, which looks like this. It's an enormous thing. I believe I'm right in saying that's the biggest ship you can buy, but we're nowhere near that at the moment. So there's a Viper, which has 50 tons of internal space, but that's not going to give... Actually, that may be even slightly smaller than the ship that we've got now, so I don't think any of those are any good. So let's buy 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make sure we've got 8 tons of fuel on board. We've got enough internal fuel tank. Let's save the game, just in case we make a mistake. Well, I make a mistake. And let's keep rocking. Let's keep rocking. So and hyperspace. That should take us to Ross 154. Now we should be able to get to Barnard Star, and then we can continue to do the. There we go. We can continue to do the run that we were doing before. Right, there we go. Perfect. So now we're in safe space. We know this part of the world really well. Let's just go into good old Birmingham World, because we just need a bigger ship. Then we can go all the way back down to the other place and do that much more lucrative dodgy trading run that we were doing. So I just want a bigger ship. That's what I want. That's what I want. Now I must admit I've been a bit not so efficient here because I haven't been carrying any cargo. So there we go. Kelvinator says, I'd love to hear the nationality of those systems. I'm a Leo-Quixian. Yeah. Oh, and Commander says, yeah, with the bigger ships, of course, you need crew as well, which is a faff sometimes. Trying to get crew members to turn up. They're not all that readily available sometimes. From memory, I say, I haven't played this. Yeah, so what's the price gone up? 10,000% inflation. So, I mean, it is 100 years between this game and Elite Dangerous in the lore. So, I mean, prices can rise quite a lot in 100 years, can't they? So, I don't know, does anybody know? Can anybody's Google foo establish what price difference there has been in, I don't know, America or the UK or something in 100 years? You know, if you had $1 in 1920, how much is it worth today? So maybe somebody can work that out. Or you had £1 in 1920. How much is it worth in 2020? Somebody can work that out. That might give us an indication as to what's happened with the credits. That's one thing that's actually interesting, just in general, about the Elite Dangerous, the whole Elite universe, is it's all very capitalist. It's all still based on money. We don't seem to have gone beyond an economy based on trading using money as a kind of fiat currency between goods. Which in a sci-fi context is a bit dull, especially if we're talking about the 34th century here. So you kind of hope that something slightly more efficient or slightly better or fairer would have emerged, but it hasn't in this universe, and it hasn't in many science fiction universes either. So there we go. Right, so let's have a look. What's available here? So not a great deal. We're not giving us any interesting ships, or at least nothing we can afford to buy. So that's a bit frustrating. So nothing actually available for us to buy here. So we're going to have to, let's go to the bulletin board, see if anything interesting is going on. Small ship package, federal military, well, we don't want that. Small group to the thingamajig. Fast ship going there. Narcotics, we haven't got any narcotics. Vacancy required, so nothing really going on there either. Bulletin board. Nope, I've just been on the bulletin board. I need to go to the stock market. Now, what do we buy here? Is it... just trying to remember. Can anybody remember what we do? So, is that pre or post Brexit, says Freaky Dude. My granddad paid £5,000 for his house in the 50s. Okay, so that's not very much, is it? In numerical terms. All right, so we're going to need... Let's refuel that tank. What we got there, then we'll get rid of that. So that's okay. We're going to need at least 4 tons of fuel to get us to Sol, I think. That's where we're going to go next. Insufficient fuel, 3 tons required. No, it wasn't quite right. So let's fill that up. 1, 2, 3. What do we buy here? Computers and robots. That's right. Thank you very much. I think there was more money to be made on computers, as I recall. So let's just stash it up with. Although sometimes it's worth having a bit of both, isn't it? Because sometimes you get the stock market asking for something. So let's have a bit of both. There we go. And we're going to see if we can get some better ship. How are the missing Persian missions? Well, I haven't tried those again since I lied on the first one, but I don't know how you're supposed to find out things like that about this. But I suppose maybe we can. Let's just have a quick look. Bulletin board. So removal jobs, we're going to have a need to have a higher elite rating for those, I'm pretty sure. So missing person, Tracy Edwards last seen in the so-and-so system. So well, I hear you're not trustworthy, so I'm still not trustworthy at the moment. I can't do any of them. So I've still got to repair that reputation somehow. I'm not quite sure how I go about doing that. Right, so save the game before we go. Usual thing, just in case I make a mistake. Let's launch, and we're going to go to Earth now, or the Sol system anyway, because here we go. Right, so let's go to Earth. Obviously, we'll go to the Abraham Lincoln today, which is one of the space stations in orbit. Now these are safe systems. Nobody's likely to attack us around here, which is useful at this stage of the game because there's a bit of a milk run. This one, it's quite useful. You can get a reasonable amount of profit out of it as well, and as your ship gets bigger, that profit increases. So that's the trick: is can we maximise some money? But what we kind of need is the next ship up. Now I'm just going to actually excuse me a moment while I go and get the manual. There we go. Right, because in the olden days, before we had Wikipedia and yeah, lots of how-to guides on the internet, basically all you had was what was in the manual. Okay, so here we have in Appendix 5, we have the ship identification section of the original manual for it. And so this talks about the Cobra Mk1 and the Adder and all the other ships. So it's got a little breakdown of all the ships, tells you what they can do and all that kind of stuff. So the Cobra Mk1's hull mass is 15 tons, all right, and its internal capacity is 60 tons before you put hyperspace drive in it and any other equipment that you need. Okay, so I'm just looking at the list. So the Adder is actually slightly smaller than the Cobra Mk3, so that's no good. The Asp Explorer could be a nice option because that's about twice as big as the Cobra Mk1 according to this. The Cobra Mk3 is obviously definitely good. That's quite chunky compared to the Cobra Mk1. It's bigger, it's better, it's faster, etc. So that's an obvious choice. So Asp Explorer Cobra Mk3 would be good. Constrictor could be a choice if we can find one. The Imperial crew we've talked about. Crate is not very big in this game actually. I think looking at that, it's smaller than the Cobra Mk1, so that's not actually going to be any use to us. And there's a whole bunch of other ships. There's the Sidewinder, that's not going to be any use to us. The Python is about, but that's quite big in this game. That's 400 tons. I haven't seen one of those for sale yet. So I think, and the Viper is about the same size as the Mk1, so that's no use either. So we're kind of really after an Asp or a Cobra Mk3, I think, are the obvious ships that we need to have. Oh, hang on. It's time to get the manual out again. Right, so Police Officer Sinclair, we're doing spot checks again. Right, so to prove you're the rightful owner of the ship, we'd like you to tell us the first letter on page 27, line 1 of word 3, including headings from your Starship's manual. Just as well, I have the Starship manual. So page 27, line 1 of word 3 is the word engine, as you can see. So I'm going to type E. Here we go. Hey! Alright, so let's just check the bulletin board, see if anybody wants robots or computers, because that would be jolly nice. I love these retirements. For 8,000 credits, we wish to encourage Mr. Brennan of Sirius Corp in the Wolf 359 system to stop work permanently. Sandy Diamond last seen. So none of these people trust me, unfortunately. Right, so there's nothing, unfortunately, nothing there to give us good prices for our cargo. So let's just go sell that. So simply, I mean, Cobra Mk3 and Asp Explorer is kind of, I don't know, is it the Asp Explorer? Did I mention the Asp Explorer? Or was it just called the Asp? No, it's called the Asp Explorer. Okay, so those are the two ships we're looking at, really. I think the Cobra Mk3 and the Asp as the next sensible ships for us to buy. Unless anybody else has got some other suggestions. Right, so we made a little bit of cash there. We got 59,000 credits. Let's have a look in the shipyard, see what's available. There's a Mk3. Aha! Hey, this could be it. So let's have a look at that. So Cobra Mk3, it is a bit of a plain one, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. There's only one available. So that is an obvious ship for us to get, I think, because that allows us to flex our. That allows us to flex. Now, before I buy it, we must sell everything that's on our ship. So we need to sell all the equipment that we have first. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe we don't get all the money back. So let's. No, I don't want to do that. So we're going to say goodbye to our Cobra Mk1, and we are going to sell cargo bay life support, the scanner, what else do we have? The automatic pilot, and the 1 megawatt beam laser. There we go. Okay, so that should give me, that should now mean that the ship has nothing. Oh, it's got an ECM still. Let's get rid of that. Shipyard upgrades, ECM system. We haven't actually used that yet, so we will. So this ship should now, our Cobra Mk1 will now no longer have anything on. We could actually even sell the hyperdrive. Thinking about it, let's sell that. Can I take the hyperdrive off? Because that, there we are. We can sell that too. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so luckily because of the TV antennas, yeah. So does that mean it comes with some equipment? Right, so that's literally stripped the ship out. So with no hyperdrive on board, you can see the cargo capacity is massive. It's 60 tons, but the Class 2 hyperdrive is 25 tons of space, so it, you know, eats up that. So that's literally the ship totally stripped out. So let's go back now and go to the shipyard and buy. Dun dun dun! We have the Cobra Mk3. Woohoo! There it is. At the Abraham Lincoln shipyard, we have fitted. What do we have here? We've got, okay, so the mass is 100 tons. Interesting. Look, the registration code is ZX601, which makes me feel happy. It's sort of ZX Spectrum-y. It has what drive fitted. It has a Class 2 hyperdrive, which is capable of taking us to 8 light years, which is okay. Crew of 1, missile pylons 4, of course. Gun mountings 2, forward and back. And it's, yeah, we know this ship, don't we? We should be vaguely familiar with this ship by now. So buy. There we go. Did I buy it? Oh, congratulations on your purchase. Right. So okay, there we go. So we have a Cobra Mk3. Dun dun dun. So this is obviously the iconic ship. We've now got to the start of the original game. This is the ship that you would have had. This is the ship that you would have started at in the original game, the Cobra Mk3, which is the classic ship. And I've got some cash left over, okay? So I've still got 34,000 crowns, and I've got some cargo space. Now, because we're in a milk run area, we can, we're now Jameson again. We can actually not worry about the guns and stuff first. So what I'm going to do, just to consolidate our position a bit, is get some, do a couple of trading milk runs here, and then we'll head back down to Imperial space and stuff. Dabbling in slaves again, because I think the Cobra is going to see us well for quite a while, because it's a bigger ship, and this is, we should spend some time in this ship because this is the ship. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of in you're quite right, Van Otter. This is kind of like a noob system area, and the game's obviously designed that way to make these systems safer. And then as you explore out, the chances of you coming across something dodgy and harder is going to increase, which is good. The game scales depending on the danger. If you go out into uncharted space, you're going to be expected to be shot at. So that's okay. So what do we actually minimum need? We definitely need an autopilot. Okay, this game is literally not quite, but almost unflyable without the autopilot, which is there. But I think that's the only thing we really need. If somebody's going to tell me otherwise. And since we're in Seoul, we can fill. Oh, we're going to need some fuel, of course. That's the other thing. So we're going to go back to Barnard Star, and it's going to now. It's still 3 tons of fuel. So interesting enough, the Cobra Mk3 is again a bit like Elite Dangerous. It's a slightly OP ship. I don't know if I need the scanner, Commander Ariok, because I'm not going to be fighting anybody. I'm not going to take any weapons with me on this run. So it's a bit. Maybe the ECM could be useful. So I might leave those off. We'll see how we go. I'll save the game just in case. But I don't think we're going to get jumped in any of these systems. I've never been jumped in Barnard Star or Seoul thus far on the stream. So I just don't think we need any kind of offensive stuff other than the other than the autopilot, which is not an offensive thing, but it sometimes does kill you anyway. Grandfather Cyberdama says grandfather or great grandfather Jameson. Now in the timeline, let me get this right. So we are the grandson or granddaughter of the original Elite Commander, who is Peter Jameson. I think I'm right. I think I've got that right. So I think it's Peter Jameson in the original game, and we are currently playing a Jameson. We are the grandson or granddaughter, one of many, as it turns out, of Peter Jameson. The Jameson that is featured in Elite Dangerous is yet another one, which I think is the father of us, if that makes sense. I'm not quite sure the connections here, because he's dead. So, but I'm not quite sure. My brain's aching a little bit trying to remember that out. So don't take my word for that. I think I need to go and double check that quite where a Jameson. But we're definitely the grandchild of the first Jameson. So there we go. Right. So shipyard. We need, not the shipyard, we need to buy some fuel, so let's get that done first. 1, 2, 3. Now I was mentioning that the Cobra Mk3 is a little bit OP, and it is in Elite Dangerous as well. Okay, it's David Braben's favourite ship, I think, as a result, in all of the games, it has an edge beyond its size. Okay, so you may have noticed there, you've got a lot more cargo space available. A bigger ship, which is, and if we go back to let's compare the stats there. This has an acceleration of 20g, and if we go back and look in the shipyard for the Cobra Mk1 that we've just sold, I'm going to view it, not buy it. The Cobra Mk1 is only 16, so this is a smaller, less powerful ship. The Cobra Mk1, the Cobra Mk3 is better in all ways than the Cobra Mk1, but it can still jump a reasonable distance. Almost as far on the same hyperdrive, so it's definitely got an edge, the Cobra Mk3, which is useful for us at this point in time. And the Cobra Mk4, okay, we don't talk about the Cobra Mk4. First rule of the Cobra Mk4 is we don't talk about the Cobra. So after all that time, the Cobra Mk3 has been around in the lore for hundreds of years. It's a really old ship, and the Cobra Mk1 is just utterly ancient. They've had an awful lot of time to refine the Cobra Mk3, and then you kind of expect the Cobra Mk4 to be better in all possible ways than the Cobra Mk3, but it isn't. It's like, it doesn't make a great deal of sense, does it? Why do all that engineering effort for making a ship? Anyway, so that's Elite Dangerous. We don't have a Cobra Mk3 in this game. So right, what am I doing? I've got. By the way, before I go, a word on combat. So going back to the manual. I spotted this the other day. I did remember it from before, but it made me chuckle when I find it. If you go into the manual and you look at the contents page, you'll see it's sort of section 1. What does it say there? Section 1 is icons, section 2 navigation and flight, section 3 is combat. Now if you go to section 3, which is on page 35, so a reasonable way into the manual, the entire manual is about 100 pages long. Yeah, just over 100 pages long. So, page 35 is quite a long way into the manual. Basically, there we are. So here we are. Section 3, combat. So when you turn that and go, okay. And it says, using your weapons, which is fine. And then it says, welcome to the manual. Brackets, in case this is the first page you turn to. So the whole manual is written in this way. There you go. Welcome to the manual. In case this is the first page. So it just makes me chuckle. It's like, yep, okay then. It's just gaming manuals used to be really like that. They're clever and fun. So really good. Right. So what was I doing? Right. I've got 51 tons of cargo space available. I've got the fuel on board. Let's go to the stock market. What do we buy here? We buy luxuries, as I recall. Where are they? I think they're at the top, aren't they? Where are they? Why can't I read? There we are. Let's whack a lot of stuff in there. I don't think we're actually going to fill the ship up, are we? I can't afford them. I've still got 24 tons of space. So what else can we take? What's a major export here from Earth? Synthetic meat, fertilizer, industrial parts. Interesting enough, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Synthetic meat. I don't know. What else could we... you were never expected to reach this page. Get a life. Yes, right. Metal alloys, heavy plastics, fertilizer. I don't want to, I need to carry something. I thought animal meat. I thought maybe fruit and veg was cheap. I can't remember. Fruit and veg. Okay, let's go for fruit and veg. Right, let's buy that. Let's fill up the rest of the hold with... I can't... I've got 23 credits left. Excellent. So a bigger ship. What I want to do is I want to get to the point where I can max out the bigger ship. So that's the important thing. Right, so let's change that to Cobra Mk3. Actually, I should do it that way. That's how it's done. Oh, I can't do it that way. Oh, this is a funny thing from days of yore on PC, is that file names can only, at this era of DOS, because this was a DOS game, I was like, why is it not doing that? You can only have 8 characters in the title of the file. And then you've got 3 characters for a suffix. So basically it's 8.3 characters. You can't have any more than that in this era of computing. And it took a surprisingly long time for DOS and Windows to get beyond that limitation, actually. Did that save? Yeah, there it is. Cobra Mk3 65. So that's our 65th save. So that's a little oddity there. I'm now Commander Cobra Mk2. Have I got spare fuel? I've got half a tank, so tell you what, just to be safer than sorry, let's refuel that. There we are, the internal fuel tank is full. That should give me, hopefully I can buy hydrogen, just realised. Okay, so I've got 13 credits left in all the worlds. There we go. So now we can go. And in our Cobra, so let's just have a quick look. Let's do that external view. There's our. Look at that. Look at that. It's our Cobra Mk3 ZX 601 with its ridiculously massively sized undercarriage. It sort of parks at a tilt. Have you noticed that? Look, the front wheels are much bigger than the back ones. So in this era, the Cobra had a tricycle undercarriage with 2 struts at the front and 1 at the back, whereas of course in Elite Dangerous it's the other way around. So they obviously re-engineered the ship a lot between this era and the Elite Dangerous era. But it is articulated, and if I press that, it will go up. So it's still, and then the little hatches close. So it's not bad. Okay, give it a break for 1993. That's pretty cool. We've got the classic profile of the Cobra Mk3, and the main engines on the back and these little outrigger engines. Now there is a little sign there. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Can I get closer to it? Does it say anything? I can't quite read. There is a little... No, I can't quite get close. Does anybody know what that says? Or does it say anything? Is it like a warning sign? I don't know. No, I can't. You can't read it, unfortunately. So I don't know what that was supposed to be, if anything. But anyway, so there's our classic Cobra Mk3. Ready for adventures in space. So let's get it back to Barnard and start doing some trading. So zoom. Right, we're going to do this. I'll quickly do this, milk run for a little bit, just to get ourselves back to the point where we've got enough money to fill this ship up. It's obviously quite a bit bigger than the Cobra Mk1, which is cool. So let's get that going as well. So anyway, it's quite cool that we're in a Cobra Mk3. I think that's appropriate. Radiation persists even after engines cooled or something like that. Okay. Cam belt change date. If you're reading this, you're probably dead. Or the old classic one from is it the airplane movies? If you can read this, you don't need glasses. Dear. Oh, what's happening here? Let's see, the autopilot was having a funny 5 minutes there. Right, so let's have a look on the bulletin board. Does anybody want some stuff? Oh, look, fruit and veg. Yes, we like that. Nice, that was good. Does anybody want some? What else did we put? Luxuries. Ban the military drives campaign. Bought and sold. So no, but yeah, we got lucky there. That was quite good. Bulletin board, stock market. So let's go back and sell our luxury goods. That should give us a reasonable chunk of cash, which is nice. So we've almost... See, this is the interesting thing, is that the... nice hat, Drew. Lucky Luigi says. The sign says the car is a Porsche. You could actually buy a version of that sign for people who already owned a Porsche. That was, my other car is also a Porsche. If you can read it on other Cobras if you're lucky with the external camera. Okay, so what does it actually say, Commander Ariok? That's what it says, is it radiation persists even after engines cooled or something like that? Okay, cool. Oh, I didn't know that. So there you are. There's a little bit of trivia about the game that I didn't know. That's very cool. Right, so we just sold luxury goods. So we need 3 tons of fuel to go back. 1, 2, 3. Let's buy computers and about 50-50, I think. So literally 50-50, or 25-25 in fact. And robots. And 1 more computer, just because. Okay, so save that. So we'll make more profit now because we've got a bigger ship. You know, it makes sense. What you notice about Frontier is your progress accelerates quite rapidly now because the bigger ships just allow you to make more money, per hop. Which obviously makes sense mathematically, but it means that you can accelerate up what the game has now quite a lot quicker than you were before. The first few hours in this game is very slow. It's slower than... It's interesting to compare. If you go back and watch my YouTube videos on the original Elite that I was playing on the ZX Spectrum, which obviously isn't kind of the definitive version of Elite, but it was the one I had and the one I remembered. In that, the first 2 hours of playing the original Elite, we didn't really get anywhere. We got about 1,000, 1,200 credits, and then, but in the second game, in the second couple of hours, we got up to a beam laser, and we had, had an extended cargo bay, and we were making some proper cash. And in the third, by about the 5th hour, we had a pretty decent ship with a military laser and all the kind of gizmos up on it. Okay, so 5 hours into the game, we had quite a lot of stuff, and we could kind of really take the game and fight for ourselves against all the pirates. Here, I think I'm right. How long have I been playing this? How many weeks have I been playing? So the first 2 hours, we didn't get out of the Eagle. I think looking at the save games, it took us. So there we are. So there's stream 1 to sort of stream 23 was the thing. So then we had an adder for a while, didn't we? That got us into the Cobra. We've been in the Cobra Mk1 for quite a while, and now we're in the Cobra Mk3. So I think we're about 8 hours in. We're going into the 9th hour now, and we're still in the low end ships. Now that's probably because I'm not being like super efficient. But I'm playing the game in the same sort of manner I was playing the original Elite. So I'm not trying like too hard. I'm playing the game, and I'm not trying to exploit anything. I'm just trying to play and progress through. So it's definitely slower than the original Elite in terms of the progression, but there's more to do. So that's fair enough. And in terms of the ships, I've basically been nowhere, and we haven't experienced any of the missions and stuff yet. Really, I think we did one, didn't we? We did a delivery mission. So there's lots more in the game still to do, which is good. But it's pacing itself. It's pacing itself out. We're now in the 9th hour of playing this, and this is where I am with my Cobra Mk3. Which is where the first game starts, of course. And this game is much bigger in scope than the original Elite. That's exactly right. Now, it's going to be interesting, okay? So in the new year, while I'm scratching my head for the next tour, I'm going to be playing Elite Dangerous from the beginning as well on my Thursday stream. So I've got my Epic Games account ready to go. You can probably see it actually up there. Actually, no, sorry, it's looking at the DOSBox screen, so you won't. So I'm going to start that from the beginning as well, and do the whole new starter experience and see how that compares in terms of pace and things to Elite Dangerous. So that's going to be interesting. So I will give you my impressions of the entire Elite thing from the beginning as well, from in terms of Elite Dangerous, and that ultimately we're going to do Elite Frontier Elite 2. Frontier First Encounters, i.e. Elite bracket Elite 3 close bracket. We'll do that one as well. So then we'll have done a playthrough from all of the games for posterity, which would be quite cool, wouldn't it? So right, how are we doing? Right, we're ready to go. Let's go back. Etc. Whee! Right, we're going back to Seoul. So let's get to the point where we can fill our ship up with tasty stuff. Where's the space stations? There we go. Let's go to Mr. Gorbachev. I think it's Mikhail Gorbachev, isn't it? Mikhail. Things you never noticed before in thousands of hours of gameplay. Okay, hang on. Commander Ariok has sent me a link. Let me just pop that on the screen while we're... So some of you might not be able to see that. Okay, so there we are. Let me just going to pause this a moment so it doesn't kill us. And then just pop back to this. There we go, full screen focus for a moment. So this is what it shows. So there we go. So there's Commander Eric's managed to find this for us. So this is the sign that we couldn't read. Warning: radiation persists even if engines have cooled. Protective clothing must be worn at all times. Okay, so that's the little warning sign that's on the back of the Cobra Mk3 in Frontier Elite 2. And it appears it's illegible, but if you squint a lot, you can just make out warning there. Yeah, so I can see warning. And if you look at the aft end of a Cobra Mk3, so maybe it has the same warning in Elite Dangerous, which is a cool little thing, actually. So well spotted there, Commander Ariok. That's good. That's quite interesting. I didn't know that. I vaguely remember this, but I didn't know whether you could read it. So that's very clever. And you obviously have to play around with the camera a lot to get it to that angle. So that would be quite cool. So well done for that. That's very good. Right, so let's go back to DOSBox. There we go. Let's get this back engaged. Zoop. There we go. Right, so okay, back to the bulletin board. Does anybody want some computers or robots? Come on. Robots, yes. Yes. We like. Loads of money. Nice. Okay, that was good. That's why it's definitely worth taking a bit of both of those across. So computers now. And we have now got, look at that, see that's how much more quickly we can make money now. We've got 77,000 credits in just a couple of jumps, which is awesome. Kamakich says we could go on the Wolf Rayark Star Tour. Yeah, we could do a Star Class tour, that might be fun. There's also loads of interesting sites in Elite Dangerous to go and see as well, so those sort of things could go. First Encounters is harder, so yeah, so that's the only thing I'm not looking. Does anybody know? Can you use a save game from Frontier Elite 2 into First Encounters? Does anybody know that? Because if that's a thing, that would be really useful. But I suspect you probably can't. So I don't know if that would work or not, but maybe somebody knows. I've never tried it actually. I mean, the two, when we get to compare them, you'll see what I mean about the two code bases being very, very, very aligned. But I don't know if they're deliberately, they're compatible enough to. Oh, hang on, someone's raiding me. Hello, Nick Lambert just raided the channel with 35 views. Thank you very much, Nick Lambert. That's much appreciated. So all of you who are out there watching, we are playing Frontier Elite 2. A very, very ancient game from 1993, which you can probably tell by the resolution, B, the graphics. So Shuggy Boy is here as well. Hey, sup Drew, how's things? We're all good. So welcome to all the raiders. That's quite good. And Lockdoc says ahoy, Senator. Thank you very much. I haven't got my senatorial garb on today, as you can see, but I'm rocking my Elite Dangerous badge. So there we go. In case anybody's wondering why people call me a senator, is because of a very silly thing that was done many, many, many years ago in the Elite Dangerous universe, which some of you, and it's still going, I think, which is the Dockers comedy podcast, I think is probably the safest way to describe it. It's very irreverent and not safe for work, so don't listen to it at work. It's definitely one for travelling or listening, chuckling to yourself away from highly sensitive people or inappropriate situations. But basically, Dockers is a sort of comedy podcast thing that's been going for years and years and years, right since the early days of Elite Dangerous. And in one of the early episodes, I had a cameo role as Senator Drew, who was a very pompous imperial senator, obviously. And I got into a fight with David. Now, he's not called David Braben. He's called something else. I can't remember, David Bruben or something like that. And I got into a fight in Dockers in this fictional story with David Bruben. We had a war between the Empire and the Federation. I used catapults loaded with slaves, and he used catapults loaded with mugs. So if you're ever wondering where the For the Mug kind of initiated from, it's somewhere around that era between me and David Bruben having a fight in a space station bar, with me chucking slaves at people. So and that's Senator Drew. So that's probably lost in the ancient mists of time somewhere now. It is David Bruben. There we are. And that's a long time ago. That was so somewhere in their archives you could probably find that original episode. But that's where so basically the whole mug. In the early days of Lave Con, if you see any of the videos, every so often somebody will shout "mug." And it comes from that, okay? Because basically David Bruben would keep shouting, "Mug!" and then launch a mug in my general direction. I can't remember who won the war, actually. I think I ran out of slaves fairly quickly, and then we were defeated, as I recall. But I can't remember what happened in the story. I don't think Senator Drew, I think he was killed. Actually, I've got a feeling I was killed twice. I think I was killed, and then I was resurrected so that they could kill me again, and I don't think I've been back since. My memory's a bit vague now. I can't remember. So somebody from Dockers will be able to tell me what the canon law of the Dockers podcast is as to whether I'm actually alive or not. But anyway, so that's where Senator Drew comes from, and that's where I believe, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where the mug and then the For the Mug actually originated in Elite Dangerous. I think so. I'm not 100% certain on that, but there we go. It's all that usual stupidity that the Elite Dangerous community does extremely well is part of that sort of stuff. Now now I've distracted myself. Am I going, or am I arriving, or am I leaving? Where am I? What am I doing? Who am I? I think I've just sold stuff, haven't I? So yeah, I've got it's been a long year. Right, so hydrogen fuel, 3 tons of hydrogen fuel, and that's luxury goods here, isn't it? It's luxury goods. So how much luxury goods can we buy? Can we fill the ship up with luxury goods? Come on. Yes, we're going to do it. Look at that, bosh. Yeah, and 15,000 credits to spare. So replace Torval with Senator Drew for Emperor. Actually, I want to be the Emperor. It's not the Senator Lark. I want to be Emperor Drew. I think after all these, don't you think now I deserve to be Emperor Drew of the Empire? I'll change my surname to Duval. Drew Duval. How about that? That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? Emperor Drew Duval. I could do that. I could carry that off. Petition Drew Wager is one of the power play superpowers. Yes. You can interchange the saves between FFV 3D and the DOS game. Wow. Okay. Interesting. We'll have to play with that. That'd be quite good. Medicon the Run. I'm finally back in the chat. Is there another place where all you commanders hang out? Well, I don't know where the other places are hanging out at the moment, because I played this game, which is a single player, so I can't hang out with anybody. But there we go. But I'm sure there's other people about in Elite Dangerous too. Look at where it is. I think you might be disappointed. Another classic Drew stream. Yeah, there we go. So I love watching Drew play Old Elite. It's brill. There we go. It's awesome. I'd say vote for Drew, but that's not how the Emperor... No, I suppose it isn't. I suppose what I've got to do then is I've got to insert myself into the lore of Elite Dangerous as an actual person and then go and assassinate everybody else. That's going to be quite tricky, but there we go. Emperor Druva. Yes, Druval. Emperor Drew. Yes! That's it. Oh, how did I think of that? JR 1988. Emperor Druval. That's it. That's going on my list of things I've got to send to David Braben. I was talking about this on Thursday. Is all the things that are wrong in Elite Dangerous that at least I think are wrong. Yeah, which are wrong as far as I'm concerned. You know, there's a list building, and I'm going to write it down. That's going to go in. I should be Emperor Draval. Dear. And promote Jeff Duval to Senator. Yeah, exactly. So somebody can step up behind me and support me. That'd be absolutely fine. Gino Garon says, Drew, I must admit this alpha preview of Odyssey is not inspiring confidence. I don't know what you mean. The graphics are superb. The frame rate is good. You know, the FPS is perfect. We can look. We've got atmospheric planetary landings here. So I mean, I don't see what you're complaining about. Sounds. You need a retro channel on your disc. Yes, I actually, the Discord is something I need to go and sort. It's on my list of things to do because it's a complete mess and it's not structured at all the way I want it to be. So my Discord channel is something I need to go and tidy up. I agree. So I will go and do that. It is on my list of things to do. Sounds too dangerous hanging out with Senator Drew. Yes, yeah, especially if you're a slave. Actually, don't be a slave anywhere near me because you'll get used as ammunition. We could go on an insurrection and make Drew's fleet carrier. Yes, we could. Yes, maybe that's the way to do it. I need to get myself a fleet carrier first. That's going to be a considerable problem, but not insurmountable. Then we could just hang around the Empire and do propaganda, couldn't we? That might be quite good fun. No, we're not going to the throttle discussion again. We're not going there. FE2, you're quite right. It is FE2. So this is the second Elite game, Mediacon the run, and it's got colours and everything. The first games didn't have colour. Yeah, we've got colours, high resolution graphics, and all sorts of stuff here. We've even got, amazing images of people or what look like people. Space Legs in Elite 2 gets a petition going. Yes, I think we should have Space Legs in Elite 2. It would look a bit like Minecraft. You're quite right. That'd be quite good funny. Ah, dear, never mind. Somewhere on the planet out there in Odyssey, there's a bar with flying slaves and mugs. Yes, that needs to be a thing. Right, anyway. Enough of the distractions. Right, I've got to get moving. So let's save the game because such is a thing that we can do, being a single player game. And let's get on our way. Let's just do the trip to. Actually, hang on, thinking about it. Let's go to Barnardston. Let's complete this run. And then we're going to go back down to the Empire. And do some cool stuff down there again with our Cobra Mk3. Birmingham World's where I want to go, isn't it? I don't know what piece of music this is, but it's awful. Right, there we go. So, autopilot. Let's get in there. Let's dump this. Then we'll fill the ship up with. Space Legs for FV2 would be legit. It would be fun though, wouldn't it? A bit like Doom. Yeah. So yeah, we are. That's right. We are rocking. Commander Kelvin is exactly right. We are rocking a high screen resolution of 320 by 200 here. Now, interesting enough, that's not much more than the resolution of the ZX Spectrum back in the day. So this is a PC that we're emulating here, or DOSBox. And I don't know which graphics mode this is. It's a sort of VGA resolution, but it's relatively low resolution. So a PC of this era could have done 640 by 480 resolution, but not with very many colours. And also, I suspect 800 by 600, but maybe only a handful of colours. So to get a decent number of colours, you had to have a relatively low resolution. There we go. The Amiga had 320 by 256. Well, that's what's interesting is the ZX Spectrum, and I know this off by heart because I learned it back in the year. The ZX Spectrum, which was the 8-bit computer that we were playing the original Elite on, had a resolution of 256 by 192, which at the time was high resolution, which isn't all that far behind this. And the Spectrum also technically had 15 colours, though it didn't really, because it had a wacky way of doing its colours, which we discussed back in the day. But to just show you how clever those early computers were, but it couldn't do anything like this. Didn't have the memory for a start. Look at all those luxury goods. Actually, hang on a minute. Let's go back. I better check the bulletin board first, just in case. Grain. No, we don't want. Why would we want grain? What we want is somebody wanting luxuries, but there aren't. Never mind. So we're going to sell that lot. That should give us a decent wedge. There we go. Look, we've almost got 100,000 credits. See how much money we're making now. Okay, that's 20,000 credits in one hit. So when we get down to the Empire space and we start doing the slave trade again, we should be absolutely whacking it in. That should be really, really good. Amiga version, slightly higher res, but no texture mapping. Yeah. There we go. Kelvin says 640 by 40 with 16 colours. Yeah, so that's old school. Yeah, that was the original VGA. And I remember using word processors and things at that resolution, and thinking, wow, look how high res it is. Yeah, it's cool stuff. Right, so I want to get down there now. I suspect it's probably a good idea for us to equip our ship for combat at this stage. So let's do that. Let's go to the shipyard, upgrades. Now we want a scanner. We're going to need that cargo bay life support for the slaves. We want an ECM. We've already got the automatic pilot. I'm wondering whether it might be worth fitting the odd shield generator. Now we haven't got much space on this ship, but it might be. I want that beam laser on the front gun mounting. This is interesting. Something that may become obvious when we play it is that the beam lasers. I think I mentioned this last week. The 4 megawatt beam laser. It's too big for this ship really, but unless you're just going on the offensive. But it's anything. The 4 megawatt beam laser and above is virtually a one shot on any ship that you encounter in the game. You don't really need a great deal more than a 4 megawatt beam laser because you just don't. There are a load of other options down here, so you can get to 100 megawatt beam laser. There's even a small plasma accelerator, and there's a large plasma accelerator, I think. The difference between the two, I think you can probably work out for yourselves. Yeah, but as you can see, the small plasma accelerator is very expensive, and it's 500 tons in weight. So it's not going to be an option for our Cobra Mk3. But I don't really think that there's a great deal of benefit going beyond the 4 megawatt beam laser, from what I recall. So anyway, so that now gives us that. Now. Can anybody tell me, with these, I know the shield generators are cumulative, so the more we fit, the better it is. And I'm looking at the cargo capacity here, saying now the original Cobra would have had 20 or 35 tons. So I'm wondering, is it worth me fitting a shield generator? Is it worth the waste of the cargo space? Because these things are, they take up quite a bit of space. 4 tons per shield generator. So, is it worth it? Is it going to save my neck enough? Having a couple of these on board, that it's worth the cost in. So I'm thinking maybe buying 2 shield generators. Is it worth doing that, or is it just basically that's going to be so weak and feeble that it's better? It's better just to run the risk and not have any shield generators at all. So opinions in the chat on that one. I kind of need some advice from people who know this game a little bit more. So because I'm not sure whether that's a worthwhile thing to do or not. So while you're having a think about that, I'm just going to get some fuel. Stop marker. We're going to max out the fuel pretty much. I'm going to leave 8 spare just in case, depending on what you guys think on the shield generators. There we go. So I run with 4 shield generators. You can ram small ships, take missile hits, and survive a tickle with a beam. So 4 shield generators is quite a lot, and that's in the Cobra Mk3's Commander Arioch. So I've gone from playing this game at 320 by 200 to 30 years ago to playing Elite Dangerous in 4K resolution. It's a different world, isn't it? So, tell you what I'll do, I can always add more. Let's add 2 for the moment, see how that goes, because I kind of feel we ought to have some shields at this point. So let's see how 2 shield generators goes. 1, 2. There we go. So I've used up all the space. So now my ship is... the hull condition's slightly damaged. I'll go and fix that in a moment. Cargo bay life support on, scanner on, ECM system on, automatic pilot on, a front weapon, and 2 shield generators, and that still leaves us 37 units of cargo, which feels okay. Okay, so the military drive gives you the extra space. So we could. How much is a military drive, by the way? upgrades. Let's have a look. Could do that way, of course, but possibly not at this point because I need to get across the chart. So class 1 military drive is only 6 tons. That gives us the space back. Okay, but it's quite expensive, so I might do that soon then, actually, because we need to explain that yeah, the military stuff as well. We need to go and do that as a thing. Right, so let's fix my ship. Repairs and servicing. Repair the hull damage. There we go. Last serviced on the 22nd of March, so that's not very long ago, so I don't need to worry about that. We're ready to go, so let's save. I have got a scanner, haven't I? Right, let's launch. Okay, right, off we go. I run a class 3, it gives 18 light year jump range. Okay, so yeah, so that's good. We can get further and save space. Now I'm still in the process of wanting to make money here. So now we've got our scanner back. Now notice here we've got the console as well. So we now have a button called E, which is our ECM system. Now let me just show you, this is quite interesting because when you trigger the ECM in this game, you get this funky effect around the outside of your ship. So watch this. I'm going to press the E, and it goes zip, 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 zip. Which is a special effect. So there you go again. It doesn't seem to use any energy up like the old one. I mean, that is like an anti-missile mechanism. Okay, so if we have a look at the ship, that you can see it externally as well, I believe. So there's our code. But now you can see this is one thing I do like about Frontier Elite 2 and Frontier First Encounters, is when you add things to your ship, you can see them externally. So there on the front of the ship is the gun that we've just bought. Okay, so that is the 1 megawatt beam laser that we just bought. And on the top of the hull there, I'm assuming that's the scanner, or possibly the ECM. So looks like an old 1980 television aerial, of course. Oh, I need some fuel. You're quite right. In that case, let's just refuel that. I've got plenty of fuel on board for that. I keep forgetting that. Good call. There we go. I've got loads of fuel on board. But anyway, because we're heading down to Empire Space. So anyway, so that's, you know, anything you buy for your ship appears stuck on the outside of it, which is quite good fun. So if I trigger the ECM with the external view, and you can sort of see it. There you go. It's like a sort of energy field that appears around the ship. Which is quite cool. So anyway, I think we're ready for combat if we encounter somebody. So let's get on our way down to the Imperial Systems. I just need to find out how we did this. Fuel required 3 tons. There we go. Let's head in that general direction. Just so wrong. It's not very easy to navigate here. Which way did I go? I'm pretty sure it was this sort of way, wasn't it? So let's zoom out a little bit. Alpha Centauri, I've got a feeling we went there. There we go, 3 tons to get to there. You can fuel scoop in this. Yes, I suppose that's true. Yes, you can fuel scoop. I haven't got a fuel scoop on board at the moment because of the cost of the space, basically. There we are. Ellipse on Indy. Looks like it's kind of... Well, that's out of range. That's out of range as well. So we're a little bit more limited here in the route that we can take. Presumably, we've not quite got the... So actually, I kind of want to go... I think I've kind of gone the wrong way, actually. Maybe slightly. Fuel tons, I can get to there. Can I get down there? Out of range. And I can't get to Ellipse on Indy because it's out of range as well. So let's go to Ross 154 then. So that didn't work out so well. And then we want to go down a bit. Can we get to Ellipse on Indy? No. It's going to take us a bit longer to get there because of this. The jump range is that bit lower, isn't it? Okay, we can get there. So I'll keep an eye on the amount of fuel that my ship actually has. There we go, now we're making progress. Out of range, out of range. Ellipse on Indy. That's out of range. HR is out of range. What about one of these ones? Come on. Fuel required. Let's get to there. How much fuel have I got? 22. Still got plenty left. Fuel required 3 tons. I can get to Delta, but it's not quite. Let's go there. So without a route plotter, it's hard. Now we're getting into Imperial space. There we go. We're almost there now. Of course, up goes the chance of attack. Now where are we? Now was it Exioki? I'm just trying to remember where we. Akanar. I'm trying to remember the system that we got our slaves from. It was that one, Exiul, wasn't it? That's where we want to get to. We're not quite there yet. So let's go to. Can I get it to? There we are. We're getting there. We may have to make a stop somewhere. Yes, we are using ad-lib for sounds. That is very much true. So let's go there. So we're just slowly making our way across the map. It's taking a bit of time. Right, there's Facey, which is kind of where we want to get to, but it's right on the edge of. Can't go there. Can I get? That one's out of range. That one's 4 tons. So you can see the routes on this are hard work with the 7 light year jump range, which is what I've got at the moment, or 8 light years I think it is. So a bigger hyperspace drive would have been good. Well, now I'm out of fuel, so let's. I wasn't checking that very carefully. Yeah. Okay, so we've ended up here, which doesn't look like it's got any starports, which is a big mistake of mine. I think I've just marooned myself. I have. Oops. Okay, so that was a bad mistake. I'm going to have to reload my save. Right, let's go back. Let's do this again. Maybe it makes more sense. So near and yet so. Yes, exactly right. So maybe it makes more sense actually to do that military drive, because I can get a bit more space. I need to jump a little bit further, really. So let's have a look at that. Upgrades. I've got a class 2 on board. Class 2 hyperdrive there. How the class 1 hyperdrive? How far will that make me? How far will that make me jump? Let's just have a look. What's my range with a class 1? Okay, so that's max 2 light years. That's no good at all. Okay, so let's load from disk so we don't get penalised. So I need to presumably replace it with the same class 2 hyperdrive cell. Class 2. There isn't one. Now, I thought a class 1 military drive would be better at this. Okay, so that's not going to work. There's only a class 1 military drive available here, which is annoying. Guardian booster, that's exactly what I need. Retro fuel rats, that's also what I need. I could buy the class 3, but I haven't got any space for fuel, so that's not going to work. I'm going to have to do that route plotting more carefully then, and get us down to that part of space. So cargo space is used. Right, let's have a look more carefully at this, see if we can do a smarter plot. I've got a feeling that if we go around the edges here, it'll be a little bit easier to get there. But there's a big gap here we need to find a way across, so it may be that tricky, and we've got to be careful where we're stopping does actually allow us to have fuel. So as you can see, this is a bit more of a challenge. What happens if we go this way? So there's a big gap in the map here. There's no easy way for us to get across without a better jump range. I could buy a fuel scoop. Now that's not a bad idea. Shall I try that? That is a good suggestion. That is a very good suggestion. I haven't ever tried fuel scooping in this game, I don't think. So I might even have to go and read the manual. Let's do that. That's a good call. Let's sell. How big is a fuel scoop? Shipyard upgrades. Fuel scoop. fuel scoop takes 6 tons of space. Okay, so let's do that. So I'm going to sell 6 tons of hydrogen. Buy a fuel scoop. Shipyard upgrades. Fuel scoop. Okay, so now we've got a fuel scoop. I don't know how to, I might even have to look in the manual. Right, so let's try that. Okay, let's save the game. And we'll see if we can find a better way down to... Okay, so we're at Barnard Start, and we kind of need to go down here, and then I think across that way. So I think if we stick to going down the side here as much as possible. So that's out of range. So that one is out of range. That one's out of range. So that one isn't. Let's go there. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit away down here, and then as I'm starting to run low on fuel, I think it's going to be time to try. There we go. That's a good call there. Then we'll try the fuel scoop, because at least we can re-supplement our. Yeah, let's keep going south, as it were. I know it's not south, but you know what I mean. Don't try stars. Gas giants it is, but it is tricky. Okay, so yeah. Yes, I remember. Oh, I forgot to put the undercarriage up. Always doing that. Right, so there's Semius. So this is in Imperial space. Okay, let's get there. How much fuel have I got left now? We have 17 tons of fuel aboard, so we're good. Now have we got? Let's go to cross now. So where is? I don't think I'm low enough yet. There's Facey or whatever it's called. Let's go. Let's continue going south. That's out of range. Labiella is okay. Okay, and then I can slowly angle across a little bit. That looks good. That gives us. We've now got 10 tons of hydrogen fuel, so a couple of jumps left. There's Tilia. That is definitely an Imperial system, which we can't seem to quite lock onto for reasons that aren't entirely clear. There's Tilia. We should be able to get there. Apart from this system is annoyingly getting... I can't select it. There's Sofac, but so near Sofac. I can't quite make it there. Can we get to Tilia? Because that system there is annoying me. Can I rotate this around slightly? Although actually no, it's. If we could get to there, that would be really useful. I can't. Oh, I selected it. There it is. Is it in range? Yes, we can go there. Good. Okay. Right. So now we should be able to get to Sofac, which we can. Now let's just have a look at the Sofac system. It doesn't. It's only got stars, so it's not the greatest place to stop. Let's have a look at the Tilia system. We do have gas giants here, so I'm going to try and refuel here. Okay, so I'm going to save the game because this is very likely to go wrong. Let's have a look. So this one's got rings. Let's go there. A medium gas giant, Tilia 2. Let's try. We haven't tried doing this before, so I'm just literally going to set the autopilot to this planet. That should get us to the vicinity. I don't know if this is likely to be jumped by pirates, so we may that may happen as well. Oh, and watch my ship's fuel too as well. So let's refuel the ship while we're there. We've got enough fuel for that. That's okay. So right, yeah. So a bigger ship is going to be heavier on fuel. Okay. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Right, ship is under attack. That's the first problem we've got to deal with. Okay. So if I press E for ECM. Okay. So here we go then. Let's see what we can do. We've got 2 shield generators. Let's see how this holds up in the fight. So there's the ship. Oh, it's got a massive beam laser as well. This is not good. I got him. Yeah, he died. Don't know what ship it is. Can anybody recognise that? Oh, it's a Cobra Mk3. It's definitely more fun playing it with the engines off. I'll definitely give you that. You don't get that quite the same jousting effect as that you otherwise would do. Everybody tell me if the missile alarm goes off, because... Was that a missile? I'm going to press ECM anyway, just in case. Oh. There's a missile. But we've got an ECM! So don't mess about with us. Come here, you. Oh, this is not the easiest flying this on the keyboard, I have to say. Oh, come on. I think I got him there. Looks like he might have overheated his weapon, which is useful for me. Don't know how much. He's trying. As you can see, the enemy AI struggles to land a shot on you, or it hits you straight away. It's kind of usually one or the other. Really quite hard to get the ship to be close enough that you can hit it. Come on. Oh. They do jig about. I mean, yay! Killed him. Okay, that was good. Right, so autopilot back on now. We are trying to get to a gas giant here, so this could take us a bit of time. We'll have to wait and see. So this is the problem. Okay, well at least we got the... Well, I'm going to save it there because we've made a little bit of progress. Let's turn the autopilot off. And engines are off again. That's what we've got this time. Oops, went past it. That seems to have run itself out of range. Why are my engines not responding? There we go. Sounds like Drew typing an angry letter, yeah. I think I can get my joystick set up to work, but I haven't. Right, it's coming into range. Here we go. It says Drew stabbing desperately at the keyboard. Right, here it comes. It doesn't look like a big ship, which means it's going to be a pain to hit. Come on. Oh, so it's like virtually impossible to see, to be honest. There it is. And it just turns back into... So he's struggling to even get me into range, which this is what's so irritating about this game. Right, is my ship actually hit its thrusting? Let's try that again. Where is it? So I can't even see it. According to the scanner, it's ahead of me. Oh, there it is, there. And at the moment I get it into range, it's so small. Well, now it's firing at me. I suppose that's encouraging. I can't even see it. Just turns back into a dot straight away. Signed angry from Ross123. Yeah. And I don't think I can hit it at that range, which is even more annoying. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, there it was briefly. Very small ship, whatever it is. I'm going to have to maybe leave it to come into range, because I don't think I can hit it at that when it's just a pixel. And it's moving so fast, it over eggs the incoming velocity, so it doesn't slow down in time. Now, the trouble is I can't get away from it because it will keep chasing me. Here it comes. Right, I'm going to reverse now, see if I can neutralise its velocity a little bit. Da-da-da-dum. Where's it gone? There it is over there. Right, don't go so fast. Stop flying so fast, dude. You're never going to hit me. I just can barely get it into visual range to actually start having a fight. Oh, I suppose I can click on it. There we go. So I suppose that does help. There we go. Yes. Okay. So it's still accelerating away at the moment. 31 kilometers. Still accelerating right. So I'm at full throttle towards him. Right now he's coming back. So I'm going to go into reverse thrust. See if I can neutralize. He's thrusting towards me, this is the problem, and I'm now at full reverse thrust trying to neutralize his incoming speed, so at least we can exist in the same part of space for long enough that we can actually have a fight. Here he comes. Right, so 17, I'm still full reverse. Actually now I need to be... Now he's going away again, the silly fella. What are you doing? You're supposed to be attacking me. There we go, right, coming back in again. 15 kilometers. I'm going to see if I can keep the closure speed down so I can at least try and get a shot. Here he comes. Right, 8 kilometers. I'm full reverse. Come on, slow down, dude. What are you doing? I think I've got him. I think I hit him anyway. Oh. What is that anyway? Is that an adder? Yeah, it looks like an adder. It's not very big. Yes! Finally. That was hard work. Right, I'm going to save that, so we don't have to go through that again. Right, hang on. Okay, so let's get the autopilot back on. No, I've lost the wherever it was we were going. We're still trying to go. We haven't even got to do the refueling yet. Let's just, before we do that, let's just see. Is there anywhere closer? Okay, we're not really actually looking at that. Tilia 3 is close. Is Tilia 3 a gas giant? Is a question. A small gas giant, so that might actually work. So that's a little bit closer than where we were, and a smaller gas giant will have lower gravity, so that might be safer, he says, sort of vaguely, hopefully. Sometimes there's a little trick with the Star Dreamer that if you slowly go up the speeds, it will sneak you past the bad guys. Autopilot does just make you joust, yes, so the autopilot isn't a solution for that problem, unfortunately. You do have to fly manually, and you have to fly with the engines off, because otherwise you just do literally just joust, and it's a bit jousty even there, but it's better if the engine's off, and it does help you at least moderate the speed of the other ship. The AI for the attack, as you can see, isn't great. It either one-shots you or it never hits you at all. Right, so we're picking up some speed. I'm kind of hoping if I press this super button it's not going to get me an attack. Please don't. Yes. Oh well, we got a bit further. Right, save the game first. Turn the engines off. Full reverse thrust until we figure out what we're dealing with. That's a yellow indicator, so I know what ship that is. Whoa, it's got a big gun, so that's not necessarily a good thing. It looks like, is that a Cobra or is that something else? That's an Asp. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting fight. Take that, you bad guy. Oh, he's got a tough ship. Oh, I hit him quite a few times there. He's obviously not a hardened space elite pilot like me. He says, Drew, I have to take my fingers off the rotation controls and also hit the fire button. Yay! Splash one Asp. That was easier. Okay, so actually the bigger ships, unless they get you first, are actually easier to kill because there's more to hit. Right, so let's try that again. Slowly accelerate up through the Star Dreamer so we can sneak past the pirates. Because we've just got to refuel. I think my objective today is literally just to get back to the Empire now, given how long this is taking. Right, yeah, we're moving. Yay! So, right, don't get attacked, don't get attacked, don't get attacked, don't get attacked, don't get attacked. Right. Oh no, we're being attacked. Right. Okay, so let's save the game quick. At least that's one advantage. We can save the game anywhere we like, which is a very good thing. Whoa! Incoming bad dude. Have some of that, mister. Boom. Oh. Did you see his shields flared briefly as well? That was quite cool. That's a missile or not? What's the blue symbol there? Something, maybe it's a bit of cargo. Although I've got a fuel scoop, haven't I? So let's just have a look. Is that something I can pick up? Is there something there? According to that, it's directly ahead of me. I can't see it visually. Whatever it is, it's moving away from me, so I can't... Oh, there it is. What's that? So whatever that is that a piece of cargo? I need the cargo conversion. Okay, so I can't pick up anyway. Okay, not to worry. I've forgotten about that. Yeah, that's another piece of kit. Right, I think we're making our way towards Titilia 3. So far, we're slowly getting there. Okay, right, so autopilot on. Slowly accelerate away. Cargo conversion, you can't scoop things. Oh, text labels. Okay, so that'll tell us. Yes, good point. Forgot about those as well. Slowly accelerate. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That's right. Now we're up to speed. Oh, I hate this game sometimes. Oh, someone. Ooh, what's that? Looks like a Cobra Mk1, maybe. Not sure. He's not doing a lot of firing back, is he? Boom. Oh well. Bye bye. Right, let's go to 4 times. We can probably cope with 4 times acceleration. There we go. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Y1N for exclamation mark. Excellent. That was a moray, was it? Oh, okay, well done. I'm glad Commander Ariok's paying attention and knows the ships, because I don't recognise any of them. Much harder to see in this game, I think. Yeah, well, why are these pirates always camped? There's nothing in the system that's worth hiding, and we're not carrying anything either. So why are they attacking us? So I always thought the pirates should have some way of going. There's a tasty cargo going through that system. So go and nab them. Right. Okay. Now this is hopefully us coming into the vicinity of this. Right. There we go. Okay. So we're now in the vicinity of this gas giant. So right. I've got to remember how to do this. So I'm going to take manual control of the ship, and I am going to fly what looks to be over the northern pole. So I'm assuming I need to skim the edge of the atmosphere at about, I don't know, what sort of speed am I supposed to go? Because I don't have, and I've just realised I don't have any atmospheric shielding, so does that mean I'm dead? So I'm going to do a set speed of about 30 kilometers per second. How close do I have to be? Okay, I'm going to read the manual. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the manual. What does it say about fuel scoop? Shipyard equipment. There we are. It says reading the manual after we've actually done the thing. All right. So it says in here the auto refueler device. No, that's not it. Energy booster unit. No. Fuel scoops. Fuel scoops. Scoops fall from the upper layers of gas giants or the photosphere of cool stars when you fly below 30,000 kilometers altitude while traveling forwards at speed. Oops! Now we're in trouble. Atmospheric shielding is needed. RTFM, my friends. RTFM. A star, however, requires even greater protection for your ship in the form of atmospheric shield and a shield generator. Okay, so after all that, this isn't good. What can we? Wait, okay, so we still have another jump we can do. So we're not entirely dead because I had the foresight to think that we to not do this right at the end. So all praise to be for that foresight. But we do need to pick our destination carefully, where somewhere that is habitable. If there is such a place, right? SOFAC has nobody in the system. Titilia has nothing in the system. There is some mining and ore refinement here, but is there a base? No. We need a system where there's a little bit of civilization. Doesn't need to be much. It just needs to... No registered settlements. System explored, no registered settlements. Are we dead anyway? Some prospecting and mining, that's out of range. Fuel retirement, mining and some ore refinement. Is there a... There's no bases. Hang on, no. There's one there. Okay, there's an airless rock here called Perry's Landing, which is in range. We can get to it. So there we are. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. I'm going to go there. We are going now. We're out of jump range. We're going to go here. Actually, one of these might work as well. Those are just barren spheres rock, but this one does have a base. Thank goodness for that. This is why, children, you must plan ahead. And read the instructions in advance, okay? There's Perry's Landing. Perry's Landing. Thank God for Perry's Landing is what I say. Now, the problem is we're likely to get attacked here because we're in the middle of God knows where. But yeah, we know how to handle that. So we will try the fuel scoop and save regularly a lot. Yes, okay. In these sort of games, save a lot. Now I am actually going to save here because I'm a little bit worried that the autopilot might just go, aha, it's my time to have fun. So because we haven't had an autopilot failure for a while, and I think now would be a good time for the autopilot to fail. So. 1988. If you get a fuel scoop, you must plan it. So yeah, so there's a big star here at the centre, which we need to just keep a wary eye on, I think. Oh, and my ship's under attack. Okay, so we know what to do here. Oh, it's a blue, it's a green. I think that there's a green thingy. I think the green thingy's moving towards the red thingy. And that's definitely shooting us up. Have some of that, you. Yeah, see, no messing about. Oh, now I've lost target. Where's Perry's Landing gone? Don't do that to me. Oops. Oh, now I've switched off the... I want the thingies on. There we are. Right, back on autopilot. Slowly accelerate up through the Star Dreamer. One man slaughterhouse. Yeah, look at me go. Actually, I haven't checked. I'll check that when I land. Let's get the ship down before we indulge ourselves by checking combat status, because I might no longer be mostly harmless. You never know. I might be poor. Okay, so now I'm pointing backwards. Oh, it hit me. Did you see that? Shields are down to 6%, and I took some damage to my hull. And I'm now looking the wrong way. It actually got me, the cheeky monkey. So my shields are now recharged. I don't know what ship that is. But it's dead. Right, I'm going to save that because we've taken some damage. The shields did stop us dying, so that's quite good. But notice my hull went down to 69% and the shields failed, so they are recharging, which is a good thing. So looks like the autopilot's still set. So yeah, so the game's giving us a time half time. Yes, everyone's lining up. Yeah, Drew's coming to town. It knows you're desperate. Okay, so it knows we're out of fuel and we're desperate to get to Perry for a landing, and it's just gonna it's got it in for us today. Definitely has. Right, here we go. It's only so it's blue. So I'm assuming this is a small ship. Some of that. Bosh. Oh, keeps losing the autopilot, which is a bit annoying. There we go. Oh, come on, let's get here. We've had enough of pirates, okay? We've demonstrated that we can fight. Let's get us. Oh dear, it's never ending. Oh, now we've got a big ship as well. Well, these are bigger ship. I don't know what the colours mean. I presume the colours are different masses of ship, which sort of makes sense. Whoa, okay, that looked like an eagle to me. I'm not sure if it was or not. it hit us. You little rotter. It is an eagle. That's an Imperial eagle. Didn't do any damage to the shields though. It took the shields down a notch, but the shields are definitely keeping us alive, which is I'm kind of pleased about. Ooh. Which is good. Which is good. It is keeping us alive as we slowly progress towards. Let's get some speed. Oh, nope, that didn't work. You're definitely in an unpleasant system here. Oh, we've got attacking us this time. There he is. What is that? Well, I don't know. Dead. Right, I'll save the game again because we're making progress, but it's giving us a hard time. It really is giving us a hard time. Okay, so green, blue is small, red, orange is medium, and white, yellow is big. Yeah, so I'm slowly getting better, I fear, at combat. Although my ship is now looking distinctly second-hand, where shields are recharged, but the hull is now at 56%. So we've taken some taken some damage. There. That's another small ship. So that's okay. So I'm not so bothered about the small ships. Where is it? There it is. It's only got a 1 megawatt pulse laser, so that's not really too much of a threat, fortunately. If I can just get him into the crosshairs, of course. Now, these smaller ships are actually more annoying because they do jig about a lot as he tries to manoeuvre for advantage. He's just all over the shop. He's definitely falling up. He just keeps curving around. He's rolling all the time as he's got his engines on, which means I can't get him on the straight line. So it's actually quite hard, the combat in this, compared to the original Elite. Not in a, unfortunately, not really in a great way. It's more frustrating than it is enjoyable because the bigger ships are okay, but the smaller ones like this are just a nightmare. And it's starting to make me feel a tiny little bit queasy, actually, all this rolling around. I wonder if I can outrun him. Let's try outrunning him. Let's see how well that will work. Oh, manual control, that won't be helping. Let's just put the engines onto full power. What happens if I try and do that? Let's just try and, if you're not doing the same thing, try and change the game. Right, I suspect that ship is faster than me. Engines are on, yes, okay, so that's a good point. So let me try that. Wrong button. Yeah, so I should have my engines off, which is always the best way to do this. Good point. So that might make it a bit easier. Yeah, that's it. That was my mistake then. Yeah, kingdom for a gimbal. Yeah, so of course you've got no gimbaled weapons or anything like that. So it's old school. Got to be right in the centre of the crosshairs to kill it stuff. Which I'm not great at Elite Dangerous, actually, even with a joystick, let alone on the keyboard. Right, come on. Surely the game is going to let us off now. Right, I'm almost out of stream time, so I think I'm going to have to stop here, actually. Ah! That was close. That's red, so this is a fairly heavyweight ship now we've got to deal with. Right, I'm going to save it, just in case, because I don't want to die at this stage. There we go. I should have stopped playing Hall of the Mountain King. I mean, is there a less appropriate attack music? Have some of that. Yeah, see, I'm getting better. I've kind of got the hang of the fighting. I just want to get there now. Oh, come on, give me a break. Big ship as well. What we got here? At least the control method, the elite control method, allows me to use my old elite skills, which is good. Otherwise, I couldn't fly this on mouse. It's just ridiculous. I can't do it. Oh, it got me, you little rotter. Ow, I lost my ECM. Ow. The game is definitely being mean. We're about halfway there now. Ah, dear. So the hull is down to 45%. Am I going to make it? Odds, my friends. Is True going to survive this? It's each individual ship I'm okay with. It's the attrition now. I've lost the ECM, and now the game is not giving up. It wants me dead. Oh, it got me again. 19%. Yeah, bottom thrust. Oh no! Boom. It killed me. Just as well I saved it. Ah, dear. That was mean. Come on, we're not getting away with that. Right. So hang on. So my last save position was this guy. Right. So I'm determined to get us somewhere safe. We will get somewhere safe. Have some of that, you. Boom. Right. It's just, this is not a good system. Okay. I don't know if does anybody know, are these, in terms of the coding of this game, are the baddies generated at the point I enter the system, or are they just randomly chucked at me like the original Elite? Does anybody know how that works? So much tension, I know. Is he going to make it? Fortunately, because of the save game, I can at least bank some progress, which is good. Yeah, I know. It's a bit tense actually. It just does randomly throw, so I've got no guarantee of seeing the same one I saw before, which is probably good. Okay, so let's no. Oh. Where are you? There it is. Oh, it got me! Ouch! One shot at me again. That's a 4 megawatt beam laser, so that needs some serious shields to cater for, which we don't have at the moment. No rhyme or reason. The pirates of this game, old guys, they are definitely being pretty tough on me, to be fair. And we're on the back foot here, of course. Oh, now we've got Ride of the Valkyries, which I suppose is probably slightly better attack music. Oh, so that's it gets one hit on me and I'm toast. Because my ship's damaged. I'm not giving up. Okay, we are going to do this. It's the last thing I do. How's it going? Says Magnificent Mako. Not very well, Mako. We're out of fuel. We've got a badly damaged ship. We're limping forward, trying to get to this base, and we're just under constant attack. And here he is again. Now we've got Fight of the Bumblebee. Some of that. Gotcha. Right. I'm exhausted. Yeah, it's not gone entirely to plan, which is good though. I mean, games shouldn't go entirely to plan, should they? It shouldn't, the game is making this hard, so I've had some problems in terms of my route plotting and the fuel, and I've made some mistakes and things, which is, it's the way to learn, isn't it? We're now in a tense situation because our ship is badly wounded. We can't go anywhere else. We've got to fight our way through here or die. So it is what it is. It's good. Right, come on. Are we going to make it? Yes, I think. Fingers crossed. Come on. Don't die now. I'm going to save it there because the autopilot will choose this moment to kill me. Go. Come on. Land on that base. Yes! I don't think I've ever been so relieved playing this game. Is it night on board, man? It might have been. Rendition is so bad I can't. Right, there we go. We have made it. The Cobra is, I think, safe. We are landing. Oh look, and there's a mountain parked on top of the landing bay. So I'm not even going to risk any graphical glitches. I'm going to fast forward time. There we go. And we have safely landed. Autopilot is my time. Yeah, it could have killed us. Right, we made it. Ah dear. Right, so right, I think we need to do some damage repair, don't we? So repairs. So repair the hull damage for a start, which there was quite a lot of. How do I fix the ECM? Equipment only. So it's not that, is it? Do I need to? Our ECM system, is it now working? It seems to be fixed now. Okay. My SSD is now. Yeah. Freaky deaky dooters. I'm knackered. What about me? Right. So and it's still Akinar is still but I think we can get to Akinar. So hang on, I'm just gonna let's get to Akinar. Let's get the heck out of this place. Let's fill up with a ship with fuel and let's get out of Dodge. I want to get to Akinar, just because. Let's go for that. Let's refill the internal fuel tank. Do I need to do anything to fix the ECU, or is that the ECU? the ECM. I think it looks like it's fixed itself. So. I'm kind of hoping that's good. Let's save that. Anyway, so thank you to Perry's, wherever we are. Where are we? Perry's Landing, which dug us out of a hole there, definitely. Let's get across to, that's out of range. That's out of range. We kind of want to get to, that's out of range. We want to get across to, there's Akinar up there, so we need something that is in range, please. That's in range, right? Let's go then. Right, let's get ourselves to Akinar. I'm exhausted. Good news, landing safely. Bad news, your SSD is out of warranty. No, we're not getting there. Boom. Okay, so let's angle the ship up because we're on the ground, of course, here. So we can do a nice little departure. There we go. A bit of external viewing. Why not? As we leave. Perry's Court, which has definitely been our salvation. So well done to Perry's Court. And hyperspace. Right, let's see if we can get ourselves across to. Looks like we're not too far away from Akinar now, which is good news. Can we get to Facey? Yes, we can. Awesome news. And can we get to Akinar? Yay! Now all we need to do is get ourselves to a space station. I don't think the Akinar system's too bad, is it? So with a bit of luck, this won't be a problem. He says, hopefully. What if I turn the orbital lines off or something here? Yes, I have. There we go. Presumably that's to allow frame rates to be better on certain older computers. Right, so we want Akinar 6D, which is capital. And then in orbit around there should be our final destination for today. Let's hope we get there. 54 light years away. Astronomical units away. Light years? That would be mad. Onwards to VCs. I mean, VCs. I've never been so happy to see VCs. That's just wrong. Stop it. Stop it. Behave yourselves. Behave yourself at the back of the class. Says Drew, chucking a blackboard ruler. That's what used to happen in school, of course. I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore. In fact, I don't think you have blackboards and chalk or anything like that anymore. Probably haven't for several decades. But certainly my teachers used to chuck blackboard erasers and chalk at us if we weren't paying attention in class. So, which probably dates me a little bit, a bit like this game. Dear. But yeah, we were better for it. Okay, you know, the odd dent in the forehead. You know, it helps you. Helps you concentrate. All hail Emperor Drew Val. Yeah, so there we go. All good. Right, looks like this is going to be a safe run. So we have, despite my best efforts, we have made it to Akinar again, and we can begin to trade in slaves and dodgy things like we were doing and build up some more money. So I have achieved what I set out to do today, not quite so quickly as perhaps I wanted to. So here in our, that must be the end of our 10th hour of playing by now. We have a Cobra Mk3, we're in the Empire, and we have a bit of cash. So we're doing all right. We're doing all right. And I will check my ranking. That's a very good call. Yeah. So let's sell all the fuel that we don't need, because I actually overfilled there, didn't I? Look. We'll find out next week how much we actually need to take. So I've got 72,000 credits, which is more than I had when I started the stream, which is always encouraging. And we have a Cobra Mk3, which is much better than the Cobra Mk1 that we had at the beginning of the stream. So we have made some progress, which is good. What I was trying to really avoid with any of these streams is to actually end up in a worse situation at the end of the stream than the beginning. But we seem to be good. So let's have a look. Has my ranking changed at all? Okay, look at my elite ranking. Look at that. I'm below average. Ta-da! Bow before my elite ranking prowess, my friend. I'm below average, which I think you could probably determine. How does the ranking go? How does the ranking go? Is it harmless, mostly harmless, below average? Is that how it goes? It probably says in the manual. Hang on, I'm going to go and find it. Where's the elite ranking? Just before I finish up. So combat, it's got to be, is it going to be in the combat section? Presumably it's in the combat section. I don't know. Does anybody know? Never been so happy to be below average. What's spelled as yeah, I feel like I did earn that below average. Does it tell me? It doesn't actually. Not in. Oh, elite rating. Here we go. Right. So now I've jumped. Bow before my prowess. I have jumped a rating. Okay, I've jumped a rating. So look, there it is. There's the elite rating. Harmless, mostly harmless. Poor. We didn't even see poor. I'm now below average, so I'm on my way. Next is average, then above average. Then we get competent, dangerous, deadly, and then elite. So yeah, so I'm below average. Get me. Ah dear, right, so I'm going to leave it there, my friends. Thank you very much for your company. Let's save the game. Otherwise I'm going to go, no. So we will pick this up again in the new year, and we will crack on with what we were doing. So thank you. Thank you very much for your company and encouragement. I hope I haven't given you a slight heart attack with the bare knuckle ride that was the trip into Perry's whatever it was. Perry's Court? No, Perry's Court is a farm shop near me, so it's not that. Perry's Landing, that's what it was. So hope now you can go and lie down now, okay? Go and have a rest. It's okay. Drew says you can have a rest because this has been stressful, okay? Go and have a lie down. But yeah, we've done it right. Cobra Mk3, all good stuff. So fantastic stuff. Anyway, thank you very much. You guys have an absolutely fabulous Christmas. Okay, look after yourselves. Be good, and have an absolutely fabulous time. I will see you in the new year. I'll be picking these streams up. I think I'm going to start streaming again. Let me just work out the time. It's going to be about 2.5 weeks, I think. So yeah, so my first stream back will be on the 4th. Of Jan, which will be my sci-fi stream. 7th of Jan for Elite Dangerous. So the first retro stream will actually be the 9th of Jan. So it's about, it's exactly 3 weeks away. So a short gap, but recharge, have a fun time, watch TV, do all those kind of things. Eat too much food. I expect to hear tales of drunken debauchery and all sorts of stuff going on in a socially acceptable way with viruses and all that kind of good stuff, right? But have a good one. See you on the other side, my friends. Take care of yourselves and have a very, very happy Christmas from me. Look after yourselves, and I will see you in 2021. Take care now. Bye-bye.